All right. It's terrifying, isn't it? Excellent work, everybody, on that poster activity. And you can take them home at the end of the day if you want to put them up. We all have them up at our desks at work, so we kind of like to look at each other's posters. But let's talk a little bit now about how we take our talents and turn them into strengths. Gallup now has a database of more than 14 million different results, and probably closer to 15 or 16 million now since this data has been pulled. And they categorize everything to see like what the most common talent themes were that they saw in all people. And the most frequently found in the top 5 are achiever, responsibility, learner, relator, and strategic. The interesting thing is that for men and women, 4 of the top 5 showed up most commonly the same for both men and women. The only ones that were different were empathy for women and strategic for men. That was so funny. People are always like, oh yeah, women are more empathetic, men are more strategic. Don't let that fool you, right? There are plenty of empathetic men and plenty of strategic women. So talents are neutral, and they are just kind of the way that we think and feel and work with the world. So Gallup defines a talent as a naturally recurring pattern of thought, feeling, or behavior that can be productively applied. And these are things that describe us, they influence us, they help to inform us on how we make our choices, they direct our activities, and they're really the lens through which we view our world. So it's just how I do things. This is really, with our 5 top talent themes, they inform the way that we do things. So let's consider how this might play out. We're going to consider that we have somebody who has a hobby of photography. That's their passion, and they love photography. Is anyone in here like photography, take pictures, anything?
I can take pictures.
No,
I don't have
Yeah, we're all photographers now. Facebook and all that, Instagram. Right, okay. So let's take a look though at how this might play out for someone who has a hobby of photography, and let's assume that they have those top 5 most common talent themes. So who are my achievers in the room? I know we have a lot of them. Okay, achievers. If you are an achiever and you have the hobby of photography, how might that inform how you approach your hobby of photography? Sorry? Can I hear someone say something over there? Okay, so I think for that one, that's going to speak a little bit more to the learner side of it. Sure. What about achiever? Go ahead.
I would if I, wanted to capture the sunset over Maroon Bells, well, I would probably research, what's the best time of day, what's the best time of year, the angles, and, I would gather a lot of information first.
Yeah.
And so I can get the best result.
Right, so strategic, achiever, you are going to have that goal of getting it done, right? So end goal is I want to get it done, and that's really what achievers do. We want to get things done, right? Very nice. The other achievers have different comments. Kristen, go
I
ahead.
thought it was interesting. It didn't talk about getting things done, but on my achiever, it talked about how I like to keep things orderly and work efficiently. And actually, that was one that kind of made me gap. The core, which looks like core, when others the messes. Yeah, the messes that other people leave. But I thought that I didn't take a lot of pictures, and in my iPhoto, I just want them all to be very organized. They have to be in there by years, and it makes me a nervous wreck if I just have random photos.
So it sounds like you've got a lot of your other talent themes maybe playing into your achiever as well. And there is such a thing, Kristen, as organized chaos, because I'm the same way. You would not know it to look at my desk, but
I'm organized.
That's I just wasn't sure if you meant that's not me.
No, well, I just thought I hope it was more.
It's not awkward.
But I mean, when I did get married, it was annoying to my husband because he's like, okay, we need to talk about this. Can I not leave with last? They're gonna come back and freak out at me an hour later. They're gone. And I would just put it in the dishwasher. I have kids now, so I'm
A little bit more relaxed. No, that's a great point. Thank you. Who in here has responsibility? All right, my responsibility people. How might that play out? If you have a hobby of photography, how might responsibility inform how you approach that?
I would say the responsibility on me would be to make sure that my equipment is always in good shape. It's not, my stuff is organized, it's in good repair. My responsibility is if I have a client that I'm going to, that all of my stuff is layered out in the organization of meeting that person and being on time. It's that whole responsibility around the entire process from start to finish, from my equipment to the person to the follow-up to the product.
So you're gonna own it, Kelly.
That's my number one
responsibility. You own that whole process, start to finish. Very nice. Yeah, go ahead, Carol.
Mine would be to capture every moment of that photo op.
Yeah, so you feel that ownership, sense of ownership, to make
Right.
sure.
5 million pictures.
Right. Very nice. All right, who are my learners in the room? All right, learners. What might this look like? Kind of like go through a little bit, right? So what else might this look like?
For me, I would be research, and figure out the ins out, someone would be basic, whatever.
And that speaks to some of your other talents too, right? She wants to achieve, she wants to get it done. She's also analytical, so she wants to do that research and she wants to learn more. So that's playing to everything. Very nice. What else? Yeah, go ahead.
And mine is kind of similar to what Danielle said, because in my learner it says I might have extra energy to work hard when I'm acquiring information. So like Danielle said, she would research and when's the best time and which angle and whatever. So
Yeah.
as a learner, I want to know more about the setting and what time of year, when is the sunset, which angle, are we fall or spring or whatever. So it's similar to what she said.
So you want to know a lot of different things, and that probably also speaks to your strategic, right? You're looking for how's the best way that you can do this. Very nice. Yeah, go ahead, Crystal.
But I, feeding off of that, I might also just kind of experiment through all of those different pieces and actually try out, okay, does this work, does this work, by doing the research and reading all of these different things, I might also want to try out all of the different things and then through different photography programs, actually playing with and, because that is one of the things that I do with my husband is we'll play through like Photoshop or something like that of the different lighting skills and through different developing of what actually looks good.
Definitely, yeah, you want to learn kind of all the different options that there are. Very nice. Debbie, do you have something to add?
I'm the opposite to that, actually, which doesn't fit the rest of me. I'm more likely not to read how to do it, I'm more likely to go and try it. And just try shadows and try different lights.
And you guys are all in education, right? You know there are different learning types. So you've got the visual learners, the auditory, the kinesthetic, all of that. So you're more of a do it, and I want to see how things work and maybe kind of figure it out as I go. So nothing wrong with that. My husband will spend all night watching videos. I want to read about it. He wants to watch videos. So everyone's got different style of trying to learn that. Very nice. What about relators? Who are my relators in the room? All right, so relating, that's really about the people. You love the people who are close to you. You like your close-knit circle of people, right? So what might a relator do with a hobby of photography?
Ask questions.
Okay.
Have someone to teach on it, they know, and I'm gonna trust what they feel.
Yeah, so you're gonna learn from other photographers, and maybe you've got kind of your circle of peeps that are your other photographer friends that kind of know what they're doing and you trust. Very nice. I hear something over here.
I'm not a relator, but I bet she was a relator, that if you go to Washington DC, you don't take pictures of just the monument, you want your family.
Yeah.
You're just
Just
saying
take
you
a lot
want
of time to be a people.
Yeah.
I am a relator in those
Strangers.
Kathy had a comment to make. Go ahead, Kathy.
My comment was just when you're a relator, a lot of times you soak in information from your peers and try to give experiences you've had also to help them out.
Yeah, so maybe you want to help other people as well as learning yourself. Very nice, very nice. And who are my strategic people in here? All right, strategic. What does that look like with photography? We talked a little bit about it, but what might that look like?
So you look at all the different options you do, but like all the different options on your cameras, all the different ways you can possibly take a picture.
Right.
Try to figure out what might be the best option. Or after taking a picture, what kind of development you want to do to bring out.
Yep, you got a plan and you wanna make it the best possible. Very nice. Thanks, Leanne. All right, go ahead, Erin.
I was just gonna say, like, I wanna know why we're taking all these pictures.
Yeah, let's see, because she has context.
Yeah.
You want to know. Context, I like it, but that makes sense. So you can, but it's so that you can inform the plan, so you can do the best work because you want to understand the context. Yeah, very nice. All right. So I'm gonna give you guys a chance to talk about these a little bit further here in a minute. You have in front of you a deck of cards, and these are yours to keep. This is my gift to you. In these cards, I want you to open the pack and take out your top 5. And don't worry about reading them quite yet, because we kind of minutes to work through them. But just fill out your top 5. That's right.
I've got a whole collection of small boxes in my basement. My kids make out peanuts.
So pull your top 5 cards.
Paper, ribbons.
And once you have them out, I want you to select one of your talent themes. And it can be any of them at this point. And I'm gonna give you a minute just to review the information on that inside card. So just pick one of your talent themes, doesn't really matter which one. Pick one, you'll get a chance to work with the other ones later, but just pick one and read through everything that's on that card. And just look up at me when you're done, so I know you've had a chance to do that. All right, does everyone have their one card that they want to work with?
Yeah.
Pick one. Okay, here's what you're gonna do next. You are going to share at your table which card you chose, and then you're gonna share an example of how you see that talent theme show up on the job. Okay? So whatever talent theme you picked, just take a look at it and think about how you see that showing up on the job. And if it is that you don't, that's fair too, and maybe we talk a little bit about that. But then you're gonna share with your table group which talent theme you chose and how do you see it currently showing up in your job. So take a few minutes and have a little table discussion. All right, I'm gonna bring you back in. And I would love to hear just a couple of examples of anything you talked about as far as how can you use your talent theme and make a positive difference today. Who has an interesting conversation around that? Say that again. The last question on your sheet, the one that says, how can you use this theme and make a positive difference today? We talked about that, I think that's a discussion. Kayla, go ahead.
Well, I chose an achiever, and the way that I can use, because I'm a person that will do it myself, because I want to get it done, I don't want to get it away from me.
Right.
And I have a chance to take that back. And I just, like, I'll do it, and people see that as me doing everything and not allowing them to help, which is not the way I intended to go, but that's the way it goes.
Okay.
And I understand that, so having people go to the next step and finish the task without me taking it and completely handing it back.
Right.
Just like what I would do. If it's not done in my time, I need to not do it.
And I am like that, also Pamela, experienced it lately too. So then what is your step to use that talent of achiever to make a positive difference?
Well, actually, just help people with the next step. Because I better take a plan and take my time. So I need to give them help, give them steps that comes natural for me, but maybe doesn't have to natural for them.
Right.
So you need to do this next, or model more instead of, okay, I do it. Now, taking the work.
Yeah, what's that saying, if you give a man fish for a day, if you teach him to fish, they'll eat forever, right, that kind of thing. Very nice, thanks for sharing. Who else? That's something to share. Go ahead, Kathy.
Well, I have done Relator,
Uh-huh.
and that last question was to continue to build the relationships as a group. And we have 2 sites that are together, and making them realize that they're not just this site and this site, but that they work together because we have the same SPED team. And that titles aren't important.
Yes.
And that, just because I am the office person does not mean I don't have a valued opinion. And vice versa with anybody else in our group. And doing that, it's helping make that team all one team. And it's really nice to see the changes that are happening.
Very nice, thanks for sharing. Yeah, it's like in your teams, you're all a piece of the puzzle, right? We all bring different perspectives and everything. And without that piece, then we've got a piece missing. So very nice. Thank you. Chelsea Joseph, share?
Well, mine said to partner with hard workers, and so I think like I'm in a new role this year, and I get to go out with all these coordinators and learn so much, and so I think that it works pretty well in my opinion.
Excellent.
My achiever.
This is for achiever.
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. So partner with other people and kind of learn that process of being able to complete those tasks. Very nice. Anyone else? Take care of
I did positivity, so it's redundant.
So this question is really
When I like, the comment, daily, basically, I mean, that's what how positivity should be. It's daily, that first, how have you specifically applied this theme in your job recently? See, I apply it daily.
Great.
I think that's just how you are. What was the good that came out of it? It's kind of like Kathy said, teamwork.
Great.
You
So
know,
how do you use it day to day? How does that show up in your job?
you know, my attitude, my work, you know, things, so it has a positive result.
Good, good.
You hope.
Thanks for sharing, Carol. Go ahead, Brooke.
I did positivity too, and we were just talking like I was looking at this one about like specific praise, like we were just in this messy situation with IEP, and it was just a disaster, but by trying to like appreciate and like give people specific praise, we were saying like it's not gonna always be like happy and shiny the result, but at least people can walk away saying like I did the right thing, I did the best thing for this process, or you know, that type of thing. So I just tried to like make sure to give people feedback around, you know, everybody did a fantastic job in their roles, but it still ended up to be a disaster, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You walk away and feel like
You did the right thing.
Appreciating
Yeah.
those incremental things that contribute. Very nice. Thanks. Go ahead, Kristen.
Well, I think that too, chiming in with them, I did positivity also, and I think it's, you know, when you are in all situations trying to point out the positive, like I think I do tend to see the glass half full rather than half empty, but sometimes that can be annoying to people, and I think really making sure that they know that we're not just like,
on the counter.
yeah, we're not like swallowing in a snack, recognize, you know, the reality, like for me, I talk to a lot of different OTs about their workload or their caseload, so recognizing, I know we're not in a place where we necessarily want to be where we can do all the things that we can, but, and then still trying to put it out, but I think if you come across as like naive and like, no, it's okay.
Right. Well, you have to be authentic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very nice. Thank you. Excellent. Thank you guys so much for sharing. So we are gaining familiarity with our talent teams, but now how do we take those and actually develop them into strength? So I want to share a story of how this has played out for me personally. From the time I was young, I always liked to sing. And I have an innate relator talent, like many of you guys do, so I like to connect to people. I'm also an includer, so I like to include everyone too. So for me, relationship building was a really big thing, and I love to sing from a young age. So what I did was I went to music school. My undergrad is in vocal music performance. And I spent a lot of time committing to learning how to sing, how to be a good musician, all of the good stuff that goes into that. And then I started practicing, so I started performing more often. And so all of these things built together, this talent times my investment equals a strength where I'm able to perform at a professional level anywhere around the state. So for me, that's kind of how that played out. And really, the investment of knowledge, practice, and development of our skills has a real multiplier effect. So I want to show you what that looks like.